So today is my 4th anniversary of being on YouTube, always been up to date. So there was times where I kind of fell out on YouTube and took long breaks, but actually I was always still on YouTube. Despite that, if I wasn't uploading very often, I've always been like logged into my account and just look through my stuff. So I've actually been on here for 4 years non-stop, and it has changed my life in many ways. It has improved myself as a person, and it's also helped with my mental state. And it was something to do to escape from my background, to just go on the computer and just look at other content creators, and then you just feel like one day that you want to just take part of what people are doing on the internet and show their work and stuff. So I kind of decided today to go through a little bit of a preview. It's kind of like going on the Wayback Machine website, where you look at a website what it looked like 5 years ago or something like that, but it hasn't really got much of my account and sort of my captured kind of times stamps, but this video is just going through my old profile pictures and backgrounds. So I went on my Google account and I've been looking through these, and I'm going to be reacting to them, and I'm going to be explaining about what this is. So unfortunately, when it comes to the backgrounds and some other profile pictures which are highly detailed, for some reason I can only see the picture itself in the small box, so it's not very big to see. So I do apologize, because it is pretty pixelated. But for people that maybe sticked around with me from years ago, you probably might recognize this from my from what my YouTube channel art was like back then. And of course, some of my some pictures of my YouTube channel is a little bit over the internet, so you can kind of see like what my channel used to be like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But I'm still proud to this day that I'm still carrying on. I've been to many. I've pretty much done a lot of things. Like, if I didn't do YouTube, I don't know how exactly I would end up being, because I know YouTube is always like what I always stick to when I was small, but I always had like parental guidance. And since when I joined YouTube 4 years ago, I just want to be very independent of myself and take my own responsibility of having my own YouTube channel, instead of having parental guidance when I used to have parental guidance when I used to have a little YouTube channel. So let's just get started. So here's the first one here. Now, I've always said I've always had purple hair, when actually I think I only had this avatar for about 2 days, and then I was just like, the hair looks a bit generic. I just don't like the color or anything, so I decided to give it purple. So yeah, so unfortunately I didn't had purple hair the whole time. I think I only had this icon when I only had like 0 subscribers. So I think no one probably would seen this picture, but now this is on there right now. Well, it's on here right now, so now everyone can see like that I've not always had purple hair. Like, for a very short time of being on YouTube, I just had like natural kind of light brownish hair. So yeah, and I had glasses. And yeah, so let's move on to the next one. So this was probably like a day later. This is like my avatar, but being updated because of the different color of the hair. It's like a very, I know it's not high detail, but it's very like darkish, like slight purple. I know there's like a name of that color, but it's, you can still call it purple. And yeah, so the next one is my avatar without any props on his head. I think this was from 2016. I didn't had an avatar without glasses, because in 2015, literally the rest of the year I just had glasses on my avatar, like just had some shades, s- like s- like shades on. Yeah, so this one's probably a 2016 one. It's not really that interesting, but it's like I'm looking in that direction, and it's not really that interesting. And this one was made in 2015. This girl right here. Right, so in communities you have imaginary girlfriends and etc. This young lady right here is not my imaginary girlfriend. I always liked it to treat my avatar as its own character, so it's not like I'm based, like this is me. This is actually just like a um what do you call it? You just make your own character, and you don't call it yourself. You just call it like it was your like if you were. It just all I can say is just you just make your own sort of character, and then if your character is just quite lonely in his house, he can just have a partner. So yeah, and I forgot what was her name. This How could I forget the name of a character that I created for my avatar? I can't remember who she is. And you got this panda picture I've made on paint, and it's I like the glasses, even though that was like from Google Images, and this was made by paint. As you can see, there's a lot of circles. It's not really that great in my opinion. The neck is just way too high, and it's pretty good probably for me back in the day. I was quite pleased of it, like what I did on paint, but I know I can do a bit more better. So the next one. Now, this one's another generic one, but I have to say, I always liked Old Comedy World because, in my opinion, it just looks a bit more tidy, while the rest of the facial features were just looked a bit. Um, they would say they looked a bit like they're from a different cartoon. They don't seem to match with. It was just in my opinion. I preferred Old Comedy World. I was always getting fussed about, the last times I was using Old Comedy World, because I was just always loved Old Comedy World. And as you can see, I've got the mask and the crown and the kitty ears. The kitty ears was meant to represent the panda ears, but didn't turn out well. So this was pretty. Where did I get this inspiration from? This avatar. It wasn't from a another sort of user or anything. It's actually from the it's those characters are called the Makers We Believe or something. It's kind of like these angel characters on Go Animate. Don't know exactly their names, but this is kind of like the inspiration look. And of course, it's the same one, but except it's just a head. That panda one there. And it's the same one again, but this time it has a background of a sparkly galaxy. Now, this wasn't really necessary of me, because lots of people just found this profile picture really weird. It's basically my avatar making several facial expressions and basically sticking his tongue out with a bit of a effect on the eye there, and with a sparkly background. So it's pretty basic. Now this one I tried to do shading, and it doesn't even look that great, because it just doesn't seem. I look too orange in this. But it's on DeviantArt actually. I posted it on like 3 years ago. This was made in like, I think it was in summer 2016. I think I made that. So was it May or something? May 2016? I don't know. So basically, this one is the same, but except it has a circle border around it. So this was meant to be treated as This is cringy. We're now getting to the deep end of my younger self just making really bad channel choices. Um, because when I made the Blue Panda Guy channel, it was meant to be for gaming, and then I published my old Go Make videos, and that gained a little bit of a popularity than my first Roblox video. So that's why it kind of switched, and I wanted to do both, but it's not really a good idea because I already got a gaming channel, which is on my page, if you can see on the corner, and it just doesn't make any sense. You do Go Anime, and then you do Roblox videos at the same time. It doesn't really make any sense. You might as well just have to just stick to one topic. I think this is mostly for like everyone's experience for their younger selves who just like to treat their channels as just random content with any different sorts of topics. Now this one is a happy character, but it's just like a running pose. It's not really that interesting. It's just a screenshot of a pose. Next one is basically the same, but except it has a lime green background, like a lightish green background. And the next one is a lovely smile with a dark green background. So I like the smiley ones. I just feels like when you put in your animations, there's not really like a smiling pose. I know you got like the smile with the mouth closed, but it's good to probably just show your teeth as well. It just looks charming. So, and the next one is the Roblox one. So now, to my younger self, I switched from doing Roblox because I was just kind of got bored with Graham, mate, and then decided to switch to Roblox, and that's another thing that you learn from your mistakes. And this one was a commission art that I asked someone to do it for me. This is my Roblox avatar, and it still is now actually, and I had it for about just nearly about 3 years. I think it's 2 years and a quarter now, and this is actually just been put on my channel. So, and I still use this icon on my gaming channel. If any of you guys already noticed that, I still use this icon. Okay, next one. Now this one is TBPG with small letters of what this stands for. So I think I just got inspired by some Panzoid community creations of icons, and then I was decided to kind of make my own version, but it's not really that great because I know I can do better now. Now this one, I kind of like this one. The head is quite big. Mainly the part I like is like the surprise look, the little Pete's face, and you know the arms, just like, hey, it's me, and I've got a big head. So I still like this one. This was 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago this month? I think so. And the next one is just a generic icon of my avatar, just looking at a direction, just randomly. I think I had a flipped one. I don't think he was looking to the left. I think he was looking to the right, in my point of view. And this one is my business-friendly avatar. Yeah, we're coming across to Oreo Animation, where I just said a joke on the channel where I shouldn't really be joking around because I just messed around on my channel and didn't turn out great, and I just switched to the business friendly me on there. I just like the clothes on there, and I just felt like this could be my avatar. So the next one is, this is my current one. I've had this since for about 14 months, and I haven't even changed it. I don't really fancy changing my icon really, even though it's going to be changed within after December this year because of the you know, the Olga anime is just not going to be there. But I can still create my characters by taking all just like designing my own. So I don't have any concerns or anything like that because I'm not really worried that much. So the next one is, now we are going through the background covers. So like I said at the beginning, there's ones which are quite low detailed. I can't really make them bigger to have full preview for some reason. So just and when I do it, it wants me to actually just load up onto my actual public YouTube channel, which I don't really want to do that because that's not really necessary. So these pictures, which are a bit more clearer, are taken from the Wayback Machine. So let's just get started. So this was in March 2016, where I did Roblox and vlogs and gameplays and animating, and I kind of like this one actually, but like I said, you have to stick to one topic on your channel, because if you just keep making Roblox and vlogs and everything else on your animation channel, then it doesn't really make any sense, because you need to just stick to one topic. But this is something that I've learned. I made this when I was like 15. I'm like 19 now, so I can do better. And this one is from 2016. I'm not really sure about the buildings at the back because that's meant to be an optical illusion, but that was just a prop. I had some grass and a hill, and there's my avatar there. Did I had all Comedy World back then? Did I? Because most of these I actually just sketched them through paint, like just to make them out. So I'll probably just put a line over the eyes and put a line over here just to make it out that it is all Comedy World. And there's my old icon there that actually matches the whole theme here. Okay, so the next one is a gaming channel icon with my old TVPG, with my old Roblox avatar with the Galaxy Adidas hoodies, pixel background, and an icon and the logo, that blue panda guy. So this one was just like when I just stick to Roblox on my channel, and that's something you learned from the past and not to do it again. And the same goes with this one. I don't really like this background cover. It just looks pretty generic. Like the stars, I think these are meant to look like, don't seem to really match of the cover. So, but like I said, I think mostly people, when they look through their old stuff, you notice that you usually improve with your content and stuff. You learn from your mistakes, and you just get better from them, and you just have to remember by your actions about what you do, and if it's not acceptable, if it's something that you weren't aware of, then you know not to do it again. So this is just like one of my older ones here. I think this was made in 2017. I've seen this before. Obviously I've seen this before. I think it was about the end of spring 2017. So let's move on to the next one. Now this one's quite a low detail one, but this was actually my old background cover when I only had like 5 subscribers. So yeah, it's basically the same avatar from I think it was slide number 2, but except it's flipped like 2 positions, and it just has that blue panda guy logo in the middle. It's just a generic just a generic sort of typing there. And the next one is Panimated. That was from my business friendly pack, but I actually like this one. It just looks a bit more unique. It's kind of like Tumblr inspired, like Instagram kind of inspired background, but many people do that now with Comedy World and that, which I'm quite highly impressed actually, because let me say they're like very cartoony, but it's just it's like we already know that you can do this on business friendly, but once you do it on Comedy World by adding more effects, like such as adding more graphics and like the quality in that. But this, it kind of wasn't invented back then that much. It didn't really show or appeared. So this is just a business friendly one. It has the palm tree, and then you got the sea, and you got the clouds with a bit of sun glare right there, and it's like the shepherd's sky. So the next one is, now this one's an old one. This one's one of my very early 2015 ones. Like I said, I used to change my icons quite a lot. This was pretty random of me. I just stuck my head in the middle, and that was my background cover. Now, this one's kind of embarrassing because I can't get a full preview of this, and I tried to zoom into this. I think most of you people that maybe came across my channel in 2016, probably around spring 2016, you might have seen this icon. If you probably might recognize it, it's basically a spray paint of my logo against the wall, and my avatar just like crossing his arms and resting his foot at the back. So he's just like, oh, look what I've done. I've spray painted my name on here. I gotta say, this was actually probably one of the ones that I highly liked, probably back in that year. I just felt like this has a bit more, it's a bit more effective. It's not really that let me say, like, you can break legs apart and stuff, and you can convert them into your own animation. So it's like, now we have the broken tools where we can separate characters' legs and stuff. That was a new invention from 2017. But this was kind of like a picture of, I just chopped off the leg and just pulled it up here and then just kind of blended it, and that's how I did it. And the next one is my cover once again, but my heads are all over the place at the back. Now this one's it's cool, but it was kind of hard to see the text of what it says. I can't really read it, but I know that's my logo, and I think it said new videos every week or something like that. And it had loads of my sort of avatar heads at the back, and different facial expressions. You got angry, happy, confused, sad, sick, crying, and there was different sorts of emotions that went about. This was probably one of those most unique ideas, but the problem is that it was kind of hard to see the text in front. So, and I don't think that lasted that long. That was made in 2016. You may notice that on my Instagram it's pretty abandoned, but there was actually some pictures, some old pictures of my YouTube channel that was on there, so you could maybe check it out. But actually it's got more security on Instagram, and I don't use Instagram anymore, so but I would just say it's on there. So the next one is, now this one is something that I actually enjoy doing this. I think a lot of people are quite familiar with this. I think this was on the Wayback Machine, and for some reason I can't find it anymore. And this was made in 2016. I really changed my background covers a lot and stuff in 2016. And basically it has all of my characters. You can see Noah, you can see his family, you can see his school friends, his aunts, and his friends' families, and of course Mr. Patrick at the back. I forgot the green guy's name, the one that's the opposite direction as me. He was my assistant or a friend. He had the Simon voice. I can't remember his name. He's in the green. He's like ready for St. Patrick's Day. So, but this one is probably the very coolest ones, probably back in that day. I was kind of highly impressed to add all of my own characters all in one sort of background cover. So this was probably the ones I really liked as well. So I was quite creative back then. I noticed that I quickly developed when I was kind of picking up more. So, and that's it. That's everything. So that was I kind of enjoyed actually going through my old pictures and stuff, my icons and background covers. um I've noticed like there was like some interesting moments, like how creative I was back then, and how I was not back then, and of course going through my old cringy profile pictures where I had no purple hair. The details of the icon just looks bland, and but I'm quite surprised actually, because I've never, because most of these icons I've forgotten that I've made them, surprisingly. And when I just go through my profile picture list, I'm just come across to some of these and I'm just like, did I really make these? And then I think twice and I'm just like, ah, yes I did think about this. I've made this when I was on holiday. So yeah. So I wanted to I just try to think of a special for this 4th year anniversary, because next year will be the half the decade anniversary, 5 years. So I'll probably think of something very special for my 5th year anniversary. I was thinking about reacting to my old videos, but I think there could be something better. I think there could be maybe just bring out a surprise or something, because doing YouTube for a decade non-stop is something that it's like a big achievement, because usually people just stick to YouTube for about a year and they probably just don't go on there anymore. But since I've been going on YouTube non-stop and kept up to date with it from the past 4 years, this is just, it has changed my life a lot, because I know that if I didn't do YouTube, I don't know how I will be like right now. Well, I feel like what I'm gonna be like, how I imagine myself not doing YouTube, and I probably wouldn't feel I wouldn't feel like I'm terrible at anything, but it's just to express my creativity. Like if I express my creativity in my sort of, for example, school or something like that, why can't I just do it to the internet public or something? Because I just like to show the world and my community, and also got inspiration for reuniting with YouTube by looking at other content creators and feel like that I should just be like them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just me reacting to my old pictures. So thank you for watching, and have a good day, and don't copy my homework. Bye.